Alrighty here, guys. We're going to bring you the third place match here. Team people stop trolling me.
The match starts soon.
Alrighty, this is going to be a third place match between I Eat Rice playing in the red trunks and Brave New World playing in the blue trunks. And this is going to be a short best of 3 matchup for third place. Of course, third place is always a great position to be at as well as first and second. But third place is going to be an interesting map. Kind of just an interesting, I guess, pull from both teams since this is only a best of 3. So, odd split we're seeing. Really odd split.
Yeah, they're both going for the back points at the moment. They're crossing over in the mid. You got the Warriors capping both side points at the moment. Do you see the Mesmers? Oh, and a bit of fighting between Mine and Keep at the moment. We see Blue, 3 of Blue moving to Keep to take out one guy. We do see the Warrior from Red actually heading up to possibly Chieftain. No, he's actually heading over to Keep, sorry, my bad. And also the Ranger on the upper side. They're going to sandwich the Blue at the moment. They didn't manage to get to get Klanger down, Katang down. Actually in the midpoint, there was 3 of them, and they couldn't actually take him down. They got down to about half health, so Red came in and did actually support him really well. And the 2 Warriors are actually fighting around Henge at the moment, fighting to and from kind of around the map in a bit of a random way at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's taking a lot of damage here. He does have one of his shouts available, so he might be able to clear some conditions off his team if he wants to. But he has that hammer out there right now. He's going to try and deal some stun damage on here onto the other team. But unfortunately, Brave New World doing a pretty good job at surviving. And of course, as I say that, we're going to see a little damage getting very, very low here. We are going to see Cuffy actually do a great job as well as staying alive here onto that midpoint there. Sub-Zero actually in a little bit of World of Hurt. They're going to be taking a lot of damage here. Going to try and pull out the members of the rest of the team here. Symbol of Wrath going to be trying to be used here onto Cuffy. Cuffy very low here. He's going to have a lot of boons on him here once again. And going to be pushed back here. Sub-Zero really trying to break out and take down Cuffy here. Cuffy going to be using Heartseeker to grab away and using that Shadow Refuge to secure a livelihood here. But little damage here, very low here as well. Here we're going to see that heal go off here once again. Does have that blind, that cripple on him, going to be kind of hindering his mobility here just a little bit. And we are also seeing IE Rise doing a pretty good job at controlling the map, but Blue is just has a lot better team fights right now.
Yeah, we do see that they're doing quite well in these team fights now. I mean, yeah, they need to. They're Blue pushing over now to the close point as well, so they're trying to be taking initiative in the match, and they've moved over now completely over to the other point. They didn't really realise that Cuffy was up there. Anas just came in from behind to put a bit of pressure on, so he's going to go down. Oh, Sub-Zero, yep, just went down there. Oh, the pop is just about to go down as well. Oh, he's getting a res up. He's actually getting res now. Blue not really realising, as they've just chosen to go for the res on little damage. Probably might have been good to go for the down, since little damage is actually still down and out of the fight. So that, whether or not they're actually aware of this, I'm not sure. Anas is actually down as well, so they're going to go for the down. They're going to get stability. They're going to get him, and they're going to get him back up. So little damage is back up. They've got the strength on this point. They need to disperse because over at Henge, the Ranger is taking the boss down, but they are going to lose their points. So. Just watching Ovi trying to get back into the point. No, decap. They need to be aware of this. They've just gone for the boss. They got 25 points and they got the buff. So fair enough. They did give them some extra boonage, stats for the fight that they were having at Mine, which they've actually won. So we'll see how they go out now. But they're going to need some support back at Henge and pretty damn fast.
No, I would definitely agree. You know, one thing that the team IE Rice, which is playing the blue, and Brave New World, which is playing the blue, and IE Rice is playing the red. I do apologize. One thing that we do see is the Brave New World just has a lot of really good team presence right now. We are seeing QQ do a lot of damage. Going to pop that Mass and Viz here as well, and we Sub-Zero taking a lot of damage here. Going to go down here almost instantly, and going to be possibly stomped out there. Here comes another stomp here. Actually, going to be interrupted here. We do see looks like one thing that we do see is LYL actually doing a really good job at trying to really confuse the rest of the team here. But we are also seeing Tarkus as well as pull out that hammer, going to pull out that combustion shot here once again. And LYL is going to go down here as well. Not a lot of damage being dealt here from this blue team onto the Henge. Nice AoE hammer stun here by Tarkus. Tarkus going to try and stomp out LYL and going to be able to do so. But we do see Almighty being rallied up here. He does have that Signet Heal available. Going to get immobilized here. We're going to pull out that longbow. Going to try and do as much damage as possible. Not going to be the case. And we do see Tarkus going down here as well. And that is a very, very good good person to down here. He was kind of holding off a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he get rallied there as one of the other members of the Brave New World goes down here. And you know what? Just Brave New World is not doing a lot of point capping. They're capitalizing on team fights, but right now IE Rice just has the point advantage.
Yeah, they're doing really well to actually keep. They've kept the outside point, which is good, but they're leaving their main support at the moment out of all the team fights at the moment. Red are just keeping all the fights away, and the Guard. It's the same with Red at the moment actually. So they're pretty even. They need to just keep probably more of a semi-bunker, like a hybrid kind of on the pointing to cap it and leave and hold it, the mine I'm talking about at the moment, and bring that Guardian back into the fight. But they need to do it in a way where they're not going to lose any points and they're not going to lose any team members. We got like 50 points, which at the moment is just being flipped around at the moment. Just kills going to and fro. But they need to change this. They need to send people to mid, and it does look like the Guardian's going to come off now. And he's heading. That's it. He's heading over to the
mine area.
That's a little damage. Sorry, he's actually heading over to Henge now to give his team support. So yeah, so that's what we've seen is good. But the Mesmer's just headed to mid, and the Guardian from the red team's just headed to mine. So we're seeing just a flip of points. To be honest, it's kind of benefiting blue because they're actually moving closer to their close points. So if they actually do secure Henge, they can move to the mid.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ranger is there now, and Q, who has only just realised. So we're going to see a bit of a fight going down here. This could be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Q-Hu doing a good amount of damage here to Twerp, but unfortunately Twerp is dealing a little bit more damage here to Q-Hu. He's actually going to be reinforced here by one of his buddies here, Sub-Zero coming up here. Twerp actually going to be forced to retreat there and let Sub-Zero take the rest of the blows here. Sub-Zero, of course, being that Guardian, just dealing a lot of damage here on him. But one thing that we also do have to remember here is that Portal is dropped there for Q-Hu, so he could possibly grab the rest of his team and Portal all the way up to this middle area. But that's not going to be the case. Sub-Zero is going to be able to grab this point for his team. That is going to be a 2-cap, once again, for Team IE Rice. And they are at a pretty decent lead right now. And we're going to look over to the mine here. It looks like Q-Hu is going to do just that and just decap and possibly just run away, but he's going to actually try and fight Twerp here. And unfortunately, we are going to see Tarkus here go in as well with that longbow. Going to pop that combustion shot, going to pull out his hammer as well. And Q-Hu in a lot of trouble here, going to doing some nice bouncing and take his portal back all the way to the keep there and assist the rest of his team members. Very nicely done. Very nicely done there.
You just see Lil come in from behind there, just as he gets the portal. He brings down Sub off the midpoint to chase him, and he actually comes in from behind. Whether or not that was planned, I don't know, but it was a good little move. It looked good. They did get the boss kill over on the Chieftain side, but it's not been enough to secure enough points to get back ahead. They are only 30 points behind. Mine is actually being decapped at the moment, so blue are pulling some points back. All it needed was decap. He's getting recapped by Twerp now, but he's been held up. So I don't know. Oh, the Red Warrior from IE Rice at the moment, he's heading towards Henge. He's using the initiative. So the points that blue have just regained are being completely wasted. Oh, the teams that keep doing this.
Yeah, I mean, right now we actually see the Pop actually using 2 swords at the moment instead of a hammer, so he's more of a high DPS warrior. Unfortunately, Sub-Zero does get stomped out there right now. A little damage on the midpoint here as well, dealing a lot of damage here. The heal is off cooldown for another 8 seconds here. We do have the a couple other abilities on cooldown for him as well, but not going to be able to do much of anything. We do see C-Tang doing unfortunately going down here as well. That stomp not going to happen. A Wave of Light going to knock back a little damage, and that stomp swap is going to happen once again here. Twerp very, very low here on the Henge, and we do see Almighty being able to drop a count on his face and going to be able to grab this point. So it looks like Brave New World is going to be able to pull out a 2-cap if IE Rice is not careful.
Yeah, from that team fight. I mean, they chose. It looks like it's just paid off for them. Luckily enough, they've actually just won that team fight. They've actually got the pop gun hero down as well, the warrior who was heading over to try and hold the Henge. We're looking at a possible 3-cap from Blue at the moment. They've completely switched it around. They're at least getting the mid Blue at the moment. So there is 2 of them, so they need to try and keep mine the way it is. They've just both wandered off. They do have support from the other side, so they need to talk to each other, saying, look, we're on the other side now, we can just push back into the point and keep it contested. They do have a 2-cap. Now the points are actually even, so we're going to see how this game goes. Oh, they could have put that pressure on mine. I think they could have kept it there. But now Red are just going to move all out across the map because they know they're being 2-capped against 1. But they've just got to watch out for Blue, that they're not going to decap. We do see the Ranger now heading up to mine. He's just going to get into that point. Oh, that was a nice little move around the side as he was coming into the mine there. Sub-Zero's just holding onto that mine. He's moved back from the Ranger back onto that Guardian, who I think is probably more useful in this match, actually.
Yeah, right now, I mean, the Guardian's playing a very, very kind of key-heavy role right now in a lot of the point defenses. We do see a large team fight in mid here. We do see Sitang and taking the brunt of that damage there. He has all of his shouts off cooldown, unfortunately. That is not going to be a good thing for him. He does pop his lead skill to give him invulnerability for just a couple seconds there. Heal skill is off cooldown, not going to be able to be used. About 500 HP left. Can he grab some heals? He does manage to get a couple clutch heals, but unfortunately not going to be able to do much of anything. Gonna go down there. We do see Almighty trying to stomp here. Can he get that stomp off? Nice stomp there by Almighty. Cluff is actually going to be able to do some significant damage here to Sub-Zero as well. Sub-Zero being pushed back here, and we do see the first game going to Brave New World. Very, very nicely done.
Very nice off the boss kill of Chieftain there. That was a nice one from Blue. They started to use that initiative around the map. It's just a shame we didn't see it in the last matches that we saw in the other maps, because yeah, they could have done with that. But yeah, very nice play from those guys on that map.
Next map is, of course, going to be Legacy of the Foe Fire, and if Brave New World can win this one, they win 3rd place in the first annual Apples and Axes tournament. And I think this will be a really interesting matchup to see. Both these teams are pretty... I want to say team fight oriented, and it'll be interesting to see how well they do as far as the mobility goes for this matchup here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, these guys are pretty evenly matched. I mean, they've got to the same point in the tournament. The matches are quite close. I mean, IE Rice were pretty much ahead for most of the fights and the actual match before, but Blue just picked it. Well, like I said, they pulled their finger out and they got on with it. You know, they know that they're not going to win this tournament, and now they've got nothing to lose. You know, they want to get 3rd place. And yeah, we'll see how we go in this match. I mean, it looks like they're Red possibly changing up some specs, or I'm wondering if Sub-Zero. Nope, Sub-Zero's still on his Guardian. Sorry, her, she. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
Either way, they're playing Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do actually, because they've got the Warrior, they've got the Guardian, and they've got the Ranger as well. But there's no real bunker in those 3, so I'm wondering whether or not they're coming over now. We'll see what happens with those guys. But Blue already up. He's got that. I'm just gonna quickly go through. He's got the gas mask. Almighty Crisis. He's got the gas mask on. It's very cool. I want to get that myself when I get the chance to, when I'm not casting. He's got a nice little spec going on. The hammer and longbow, which is very, very, very popular with warriors at the moment. I think we're ready to go pretty much when these guys are ready. They're all in the map now, which is very good as well.
Yeah, just waiting on confirmation from IE Rice to continue this matchup here. I believe that we will see some interesting kind of team fights as well as some good kind of point defenses from both teams. We do see Ostrich X playing on his engineer once again for I Eat Rice. And that is going to be the game start for this match.
The match starts soon.
Yeah, we're going to see this.
Last
Good.
chance to nail down your strategy.
See how well we do here.
As far as the split's going to go, how do you think they're going to run this?
I don't know. I mean, you guys in NA just confuse me every single time I see you on every map. You play it so differently. There's like one or two tactics we play on EU, and I thought that NA played quite similar ones, but I'm seeing differences all the time. There's not a lot of rushing for the far, but I do actually see that Blue have got Kyuhu and the Thief. Looks like they're stealth. I'm just going to double check that they've stealthed. Yeah, they have indeed stealthed all the way to Quarry. They're just going to burst him down really fast. Oh, Sub-Zero took it right on the chin there. He had no chance. That is a flipping Jesus. That was intense amount of DPS that went down on him then. We see Ovi just getting a bit of pressure there as well. They don't want to see him get down because they've actually... Oh, yes, nice res from him there. They did get the res off. That was very good. We're just going to see... There's a lot of fight going on in the mid. They have, of course, lost... Oh, he's back in the fight now as well. Guardian's going to be running out. I think the Thief is just waiting for him, either getting that door down, ready to go for a Lord Rush potentially later on. But he's actually keeping the Guardian out of the fight, and the Warrior from Red has moved back to the point. Oh, then it's Q. I believe it's Q who's got that portal up. He doesn't realise that it's being capped. He needs to get that portal back to that point if he can, and make sure it's contested still.
Yeah, you know, right now Quarry actually being completely contested here, and they're actually up by about 40 points in terms of Brave New World, and Q-Who just completely trolling and saying, hey, I'm going to go back onto that point, go back directly, and get myself some nice two-point caps here. You know, one thing that we are seeing, taking a look at Twerp here, Twerp in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to face Cuffy right now. Unfortunately, his Entangle is off cooldown for a long time right now. That Hammer being knocked back, being very, very nice job there. And right now, it looks like Twerp going to be knocked off this point here, and doing a very, very good job at Almighty is doing a great job at just kind of keeping Twerp off this point, and that is going to be still one cap here in favor of Brave New World. Brave New World really wants this third place. Taking a look back over here at the mid area, we do see a substantial amount of team fights going on. LYL going a substantial amount of damage here, going to be rallied up here once again here, and vulnerability coming out. We do see that giant bomb being placed here once again as well here, and a lot of AoE heals, a lot of AoE damage here coming out from both teams here. But we are going to look at Ostrich's points of view here. He's going to pop his grenade spec and kind of switching kits, giving himself that nice sprint there. Going to be immobilized here by Cuffy, and going to try and grab this Quarry point as well as help his Sub-Zero buddy out here. Going to be dropping a lot of mines here onto this point here, and they're going to actually be able to push back the Brave New World onto the Quarry and give them a possible point cap finally.
Yeah, they're getting 100 points out here. I mean, the difference is the Red aren't actually getting around the map. This is the problem they've had, and why they lost to in the semi-final. Sorry, they're not using. There is no one going for Waterfall at the moment. They could respawn and go to Waterfall directly. I'm not sure the Ranger from Blue would see them very quickly, but he is double checking. Just behind his back, he's looking left and right. He's got his camera flipped round, so they're doing well covering their back point. They've learnt that. Amos did go down on the point there. He's getting down by little damage now, and they had a bit of stability up. And the boonage on Blue, I'm looking at the health bars on the left and the right, and I see a significant amount of boons going out to the Blue compared to Red at the moment. So that is really what's pushing the team fights over. It's the boon dispersage. Dispersage? Is that even a word?
I believe it is.
I think it is. That's quite a good one. I'm impressed myself. Yes, I've learned many things this weekend. One is how to say random words, and we see that Ostrich is doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job at keeping a lot of his team members actually full. I Eat Rice actually a complete advantage here, as well as far as HP and boons, just a ton of stuff going everywhere right now onto the Brave New World, but they still are ahead by a large amount of points, almost 150 point advantage here with a 2 cap, which is just ridiculous.
Someone just mentioned in my guild that they read the team as I eat rats. It is not I eat rats. It is indeed I eat rice.
Well,
these guys
yeah.
are unfortunately eating dirt at the moment, as they seem to be getting a little bit. This is interesting compared to the first match. Who won the first match? I'm confused because the points seem to be...
Brave New World did win the first match here. So if they can
so
seal
close.
the deal, it was very close. If they can seal the deal on this match, they are the 3rd place winners. And if we do see IE Rice go into another win here on this map, it would tie it up for the best of 3 for a 1-1 matchup here. But we do see quite a lot of damage coming out to Sub-Zero. His health is very, very low. Heal on off cooldown, unfortunately, not going to be able to do much of anything. Wave of Light not going to prevent that stop there. But we do see Cuffy very low as well, about half HP. A lot of condition damage coming out here from him as well here. Burst damage, he's going to try and target Seatang. Seatang at full health, they're not going to be able to burst him down much of anything. We do see Cuffy pulling out that short bow to try and deal some AoE damage to the rest of the Brave New World team. Not going to be able to do much of anything. We are seeing IE Rice at a 2 camp advantage here, so this is going to allow them to come up and kind of make sure to grab some points here. If they can keep these 2 points for at least a minute or two, they should be able to catch up to Brave New World and make this match even more exciting here. Going to look over onto the quarry area. We do see Almighty going down here to Twerp, and we are going to see Q-Who actually being able to deal a lot of damage here. We do see Almighty get rezzed up there. He is going to pop his Vengeance, which allows him to deal a lot of damage here, and he is going to go down here about 700 health there, instantly dying there. Not a good position for him to be in. We are going to see Sub-Zero take this quarry back. Mid still in a large point of contention, a waterfall and a large point of contention here as well. We do see Tarkus at about half HP here. A lot of boons and stability coming up from him as well. Cuffy trying to focus him down here, not going to be able to do so. Unfortunately, having a lot of trouble here at the waterfall and a lot of trouble at all the points here, and we do see Brave New World slipping just a little bit.
Yeah, they're actually starting to come back now. They're only just roughly about 100 points behind. Waterfall is potentially, Cuffy's gone down just on the point there, just literally as we're talking about it. And it's now got down to about half health, so Blue focusing on him, but it does look like Q-Who's just gone down elsewhere on the map. He's just gone down at Quarry. Ovi's gone down at Waterfall. Blue are 2-man down on the map at the moment, and Red have got 5 strong. I think they're going to head for the Lord, either kill or well, I think they're probably going to go for the doors, and just going to try and stretch these points out as close as they can to 350. I reckon they're going to go for a boss kill. They're going to use this map to actually try and get that. We could be seeing a big, massive comeback from these guys now, stretching it to a 1-1 draw, and it will be a final match on Carlo if that happens. They are now indeed 75 points behind, and now Blue are all focused on the midpoint. As you see, Katang is now... He's in the midpoint as well. I think they're just going to run through, either try and contest. They're just going to try and keep keep the pressure on Blue, as they know that they only need to keep 1 point. But Red, Anas is moving back to Waterfall. Very good. He's just taken that initiative, knowing as soon as the door's been destroyed, that Almighty is probably, or someone from Blue is going to come and just check the door or check Waterfall. So that was very good play from him. And you do see the Ranger Twerp at Quarry as well, doing very well, just holding that there. But do actually see the Thief from Blue team. He's going to try and start hitting on the Lord. They are at 348, so... he is gonna try. It's just taking the NPCs down. So whether or not Red actually, we're gonna see if Red find out. The Ranger is moving back now, as he's found out that Cuffy is trying to take those NPCs down one by one.
Yeah, Cuffy doing a good job at just kind of removing the NPCs that are going to be a threat here. Not sure if he's going to be able to do much of anything. He's going to try and take down one of the casters here next to the Guild Lord. And we do see Blue going in for the Red Guild Lord right now, as we do see a good point of contention here. We do see Almighty rushing the Guild Lord into the red area.
We've
here.
got it on the opposite
Sub-Zero
side as well
here coming coming in for this as well. We do see the Guild Lord for the blue team going down pretty quickly here, but unfortunately we do see Tarkus trying to deal as much damage to the Guild Lord. He's the only one here for the red team, not going to be able to do little damage, going to come up here as well, and we do see the Guild Lord completely wiping, unfortunately, Almighty, not going to be able to do much of anything, and we do see little damage, and Tarkus dealing it out here at the Guild Lord, so both teams going to reset on the Guild Lord fight, and right now, the only team getting points is going to be Brave New World. They really want this win. Can they grab it, Gerbro? Can they grab it? And that's a 2-point cap.
The too many red moved back to defend. So red, whether or not blue were going for the actual attack to kill the Lord by sending one guy there and it being a thief, you can do it. But unfortunately, it looks like they got exactly what they wanted. They recapped a point just because they pulled all of red back. To their Lord. So they did a good job in the distraction. They lost one guy, but by the time Red are back into the map, the 3 guys who defended against 1, the actual guys respawned and he's back in. So blue have actually contested 2 more points here as well, just as we've been talking about that. So they're actually doing quite well to come back now, Red. We're going to see if they can win this waterfall fight. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to push to the Lord here. I think this is going to be all on the Lord.
Yeah.
They do have 80 points at the moment, blue, until they win, but they've only just recapped Waterfall. Mid is not capped, so we're just going to be watching this Lord fight now.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can DPS the Guild Lord down as soon as possible here. We do see the supply drop go onto the Guild Lord. It's going to give them some significant amount of damage here. The blue Guild Lord is now at about 80% HP here. A lot of condition damage coming onto the blue Lord here. Now we're at about 75% here. A lot of damage being dealt to the blue Lord, 50% here. This is going to be very, very close here. I don't think that this is going to be able to do much of anything. It looks like the blue Lord is going to go down very, very quickly here. Can they actually grab it here? A lot of members of the red team still up here. And nicely done there by IE Rice.
Good job from Red. Nice fight.
IE Rice is going to tie it up here, guys, and then we're going to move on to a best of 3, 1 versus 1 here in this best of 3 matchup, and Battle of Kylo is going to determine the winner of the 3rd place in this best of 3 for the Apples and Axes Open Tournament.
Very sick. Very good. Oh, that was quality. That was very, very awesome. Oh, these guys, I tell you.
Very, very good job. You know, one thing that Blue did not, Brave New World did not capitalize on was taking that Guild Lord beforehand. I think they would have won that if all of them rushed in earlier. And unfortunately, they did not capitalize on that.
No, I mean, they did do good. They did some distraction tactics. Unfortunately, they didn't. I don't know. I mean, they completely flipped it around. I mean, it was awesome to see. I didn't think Red were going to come back for that, in all honesty, but they really, really proved me wrong there. They used the map. There's been a lot of cases in these matches where the map and the rules of the map have really come into play, especially with the bosses, the traps, the different bits and pieces which people are using effectively, and they're really making a big difference over here for you guys in the NA. So, I mean, it's the same in the EU now. I mean, we started to use the trebs more. The tactics are very much revolving around the actual way the map's played, so it's really good, and hopefully we'll see much of the same in this map.
I would definitely agree here. We're going to start it here shortly as the game progresses. Here we go.
The match starts soon. Last chance to nail down.
All right, guys, this is going to be the last and final match for both of these teams to win partially of that prize pool here. And in about 5 seconds, we're going to see who can come out victorious in this Battle of Kylo matchup here. Of course, the Treb's playing a significant role here in this map, and so we're going to see if they can actually capitalize on that. It is 1-1. The next team who wins this is going to be the 3rd place victor, and we see kind of an odd split here from both teams here. We do see Twerp kind of going around, not really sure where he's going to go here, and it looks like Twerp's going to come up from the one of the area sides here and try and grab Cuffy, who actually tried to sneak past this area for the IE Rice, and they actually caught him up there. Very, very nicely done job. Both teams are going to grab their close points, and it looks like they're going to push back Hukyu and Cuffy from their close point.
Yeah, they've done well. They kept all Windmill there. So the Mesmers put down a portal down at Windmill. The Reds are indeed trebbing mid as well now, so they're using that point. But Cuffy is now on their treb, trying to defeat that, trying to get Anis off the treb, trying to keep that out of the fight. So that's good. They've gone for the treb, and someone's actually countered the treb as well as soon as they've gone for it. So that's a really good move there from those guys. Both teams doing pretty well here. Scores are even, 1 point apiece. It's going to be separated on fights at the moment. But Red, oh, not sure about the communication going on with Blue at the moment, because Red have got the treb and everyone's in the middle, so it's going to be significant damage hitting on that point, and Red are going to be pushing to actually cap that. But it's quite good because you've seen Blue move over to Windmill to cap that point as soon as they've known that they've actually lost a player to that treb, which is quite good. They're moving around the map very well, and they're using that treb very effectively on the mid, and do see that Almighty has moved now over to the treb to try and take it down.
No, yeah, the Treb definitely plays a good role here, but we do see Twerp here going down pretty quickly here. He's going to be able to stomp out LYL. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to finish the stomp there. We do see Cuffy coming out here and actually going to grab down Twerk here, and nicely done by that Fear. Twerk's pet is going to be able to fear him out of the way. Cuffy not going to be able to grab his grab that stomp there, and we do see Twerp dealing a lot of damage here onto Cuffy as well as LYL. And they're going to be able to push him back here once again from their close point. It looks like IE Rice is going to come out on top of this. So far, they do have 2 points, 2-1, and the middle is going to be in a high contestation point here. We do see the Trebuchet from Team Brave New World being used here by Hookyu. Going to throw a couple shots here into the mid, and that is going to be the red point fully contested for the IE Rice team. Nicely done there.
Yeah, they're doing very well at the moment. They've been quite strong. They're just pulling ahead now of Blue. They've got the close point, indeed. Ovi's down. They're pushing. They've actually pushed towards the far as well. Ostrich Eggs is on the mansion, but he is outnumbered here, both versus Kyuhu and Coffee. But he knows when he's beaten, and he's not, rather than give them the kill, he's going to try and retreat back to mid to the rest of his team. But they're keeping this solid now. They've got the treb, they've got the mid, and they've got Windmill. So they've got the triangle of greed, as I'm going to call it now.
The infamous Guild Wars 2 Bermuda Triangle, as it were here, and there is something that you know, the Trebuchet just playing such a awesome role right now. One thing that we also want to just kind of keep in mind here is mid is just a huge point of contention here right now, and it looks like IE Rice is actually winning the point value. They're actually ahead by about 70 points, and something that also is Little Damage doing a really good job here at just kind of trying to contest this point here and making sure that the IE Rice is having a difficulty trying to desperately grab this midpoint here, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case here. Jebro, what can Brave New World do to get back into this?
I don't know. Well, at the moment, I think they're just going to have to try and spread. They need to try and spread them out a bit around the map. They need to hit Windmill potentially to spread the damage over, maybe get their treb back up, which they've done. But then Twerp's gone over to the treb to actually take it down. So the thing is, they're reacting very well to how Blue are moving. So if Blue are changing their tactic up, Red are actually moving towards trying to counteract that. So IE Rice are doing a really, really good job. They've really switched the last couple of matches round, showing us that they're, you know what, we should have been in the final, but we're going to take third place. We're going to take these guys down. But Blue very much probably thinking almost the same. They want to come back into this. They want to show what they got, and they want to get back in there right away.
No, I would definitely agree. You know, a Twerp actually coming back here up to the windmill here, focus targeting Almighty, going down very, very quickly here, and that is going to be another point in favor of the IE Rice team. They're just doing such a great job at map controlling right now, and they haven't even they're not really using their trebuchet right now. We do see it looks like C-Tang going to come up here as well and try and make use of a lot of his shouts. Going to be popping that shield of absorption here to knock most of of the players off this midpoint here. Midpoint still in favor of IE Rice. IE Rice in just a very, very commanding lead here. Almost 200-point advantage here. We do see the Trebuchet from the Brave New World raining down a lot of great damage here onto this midpoint, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Team IE Rice in the slightest there. Unfortunately, their close point does get decapped here by Cluffy, and is going to run right back into this middle area here as well here. Tarkus having a lot of trouble dealing some damage here, and it looks like mid is finally going to go in favor of Brave New World, and they desperately need this right now, Jibro. They are behind by so many points.
Yeah, 130 points odd. They need to get back in to this fight potentially. Looks like Ostrich, he's just prevented the cap quickly there. He's potentially going to get it. Just going to jump into him, see how he's doing on that point. Oh, they're very close. Yeah, they're just capped it. So they've got the mid now. They've got the point. Hopefully they can build potentially backwards and support the mansion, but the Guardian needs to maybe stick in the point, just try and bunker himself while the rest of the team just helps. We've actually got some help from the Ranger, who's just trying to pop off shots with the Treb to the close point to try and assist. It's interestingly moving around on its own. There seems to be some Treb fun going down here. But the guys down at Mansion now, it is indeed red. So we've still got a 2-cap going on. Even though blue got the mid, they focused so much, they lost any other outside point. And yeah, they're just capping and flipping the points around the map now. So red very much still in control, just stretching that lead every so often, 5 points from a kill. So yeah, I mean, they're now 160 points ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Ostrich unfortunately going down here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much of anything. Nope, Cuffy looks like he's going to be able to stomp him down. And that is going to be another death here for Team IE Rice. But right now they are just in complete control of both of these side points here. Taking a look at Mansion, they are able to completely push out the Brave New World from their close point here. We are going to see Q-Hu right here. Trebuchet actually going to be laying down some fire here by LYL. And it looks like Twerp going to try and take out this Trebuchet. Not going to be much of anything going to be happening there, unfortunately, with that. But we are going to see Almighty here try and get a res onto one of his teammates. Going to be successful, pulling out that hammer, pulling out that combustion shot here as well. Going to deal some significant AoE damage here onto the not the waterfall, the the windmill point here, and we are going to see Tarkus going down here. Unfortunately, to be res back here as well. We are seeing Almighty getting pushed back here, but man, IE Rice just wants this third place. They're doing a great job at keeping blue kind of sandwiched in the middle here.
Yeah, they're doing exactly that. They've just pushed them into the mid. The only person who's not in mid at the moment is the Mesmer Q, who's trying to get trying to get Mansion. He's trying really hard, doesn't want to lose, but unfortunately they're just getting some kills now. Red inevitably will win this match as it is, unless Blues can do something about it very, very quickly. It's too many points, 210 away. We're on 495 almost for red. I'd say this is pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, right now, congratulations to Team IE Rice for third place in the Apples and Axes Open